For our next speaker about the Science Club for Kids, Jenni, you're Jenni. Sorry. Yeah. Please give a round of applause for Jenni.
Hello, everyone.
Will it go on? No, your screen? It's missing a bit. Do you have to maximize that? Or? Just maybe press.
Okay, there was supposed to be today me, Jenni Vartiainen, and my co-worker Aino Sundholm, but always something unexpected happens and now it's just me here. And I'm going to tell you about our science club for small children where we bring science hobby homes. And because Aino is not here, but have you met Kelvin? No? You haven't? Okay, I would like to introduce you Kelvin. Kelvin is just a normal little boy, a very common boy. He loves sport, he loves music, he wonders everything. He wonders rain falling down, he wonders snow. He wonders autumn leaves and how they change color in the autumn times. But well, okay, Kelvin is not that common little boy because he is now in a situation that is very uncommon. Somehow some very weird happenings followed very weird happenings, and Kelvin was ended up in a place called Supra Valley, and he really needs your help to get out of there. But well, still, Kelvin is a very common little boy, and he wonders everyday science miracles that happens all the time around us, like every little girl or boy does. And well, I'm a researcher. I come from University of Helsinki, and I'm also wannabe entrepreneur. And because I'm researcher, I love to talk about research. And I will tell you just a couple of things that research has proven. So children born with an innate motivation to find out. They have inner motivation to explore, to ask, to find out how the world around us functions. And children will do that, was there an adult present or not. And if children are doing all that, getting know the world all by themselves, there might happen some misconceptions. And the research says that some of those misconceptions that are formed in age, for example, 5 years old, they might still be present when the children enter school. And then those misconceptions are quite tricky to get right. So, I think that every adult has some kind of, they must help children to continue that exploring of the world. They ask questions, they want to know. We are the ones that should offer them opportunity to do so. Home is base for everything. The research has known for years that home is a place where children's future, for example, how they manage in school is built up. We know that if parents are into science, they have positive attitude towards science, the children will also have. And they will have better outcomes in school, they will have better interest, will have better motivation. And why we are telling that children should be interested in science and why they should have better motivation is because there is quite alerting situation right now. If we regard our, for example, PISA research, that is quite big research looking at the results that 15-year-old youngsters in OECD countries are having in science, we see that interest all over is going down. And it's especially going down in Finland. And what is alerting in the situation in Finland is that we do quite good. We are at the top 5 countries in our science performance, but our interest, not good. And if we look at our world today, what we will need to solve, for example, climate change, how the food, will there be food enough for everyone, the pure water. Honestly, we need scientists. But our youngsters are like, okay, not interesting. They are not studying those subjects we really need. So we are here for that reason. We want to bring science education and science hobby homes when children are small, when they are 3 to 6 years old, so that they do science activities with their parents at homes. And those activities should be fun and but also educative, and those should be story-based, and there should be also something that makes parents interested too. And because home is so important place, we also all want to help Kelvin to find his way home, right? So we want to build the culture of science hobbies. Because in Finland you can do sports, you can do music, you can do arts. But if you want to do something that in the field of science, there is very few opportunities for that. And because children, they really want to know things, they want to find out, and we should offer them possibilities to do so. So we will be bringing science education via live science clubs, but also via virtual science clubs. And that virtual part is now the most important because it's something that can be spread all over the world for every single family. And it will be something that is not expensive, and it will be happening at home. I have 2 small kids, and something that is most annoying that I know is that I come home from the work, I pick up kids from the kindergarten, we come home, and then I should start driving around, taking them into hobbies. So this year I suggested to my children, I will make science club for you, and I will guide a swimming school for you. So very easy. Nice common family time, and kids were just as enthusiastic about this as I would have been driving my son to the swimming school and then my daughter to dancing school. And the most important part is that everything we do, there is research behind it. Because this thing we are doing now is spinning out from my doctoral thesis, the research I've been doing for 5 years in University of Helsinki. And I said at the beginning that I'm wannabe entrepreneur, and that means that there is a company just about to start in around this. And if we bring that science hobby homes, we believe that we can affect on the general atmosphere there is around science. We can improve citizens' general knowledge and critical thinking skills so that we can base our choices on argumented reasons, not just that this feels good. That's maybe good, he says so, but so that we really learn to think. And okay, I'm talking all the time about we, and by we, I mean me and my co-founder Aino Sundholm, and we are both researchers, and we have studied a lot how small children learn and how it should be done so that it's fun and it's easy to do everywhere. There is also our mentor Samsa Kuronen, who will help that our technological choices are good ones. And then we have 3 other superwomen planning and implementing our science club activities. And of course, there is our Kelvin, Hosel, Esther and P, who will be guiding children to the world of science. And how this all began. I said that this spins out from my research. I started inquiring small children's science education in 2013. And back then, there was a situation that I was not able to study that because it did not exist. There was not places I could do that. Of course, kindergartens, they do something, but it's mostly biology. And I'm interested in physics and chemistry, basically. We had to set up a place where I can study children doing science if they are 3 to 6 years old. So we set it up a club. And then parents started talking. And soon there was like 50 children like, hey, we want to the club too. And then we set it up more clubs. And then parents talked more. And there was more and more and more kids coming to our clubs. And because research funding is research funding, and it's not something you can use to start up a big business on children's science clubs. So we started to think that could we somehow spread this so that it's more scalable. And we decided to try virtual science clubs. We put it on with 0 budget website, and we filmed some videos. There were instructions for parents how to do science activities with children at home. There were 350 families in that pilot. And then I had to say that I can't take more of you because there was no automatic things in that website. So children did activity at home. They took photo or video about it. They sent it to me via email, and I downloaded every single photo to that website. So my horror was if there were 1,000 children and like 1,000 pictures for me every week. Okay. I interviewed the parents. They were like, yes, this is cool. This is so cool. And we love this. It's fun time together, and we can all get enthusiastic about these very basic science phenomena that we face every single day. But the negative feedback was that that website is really crappy. Come on, do it somehow better. And now we are doing it somehow better. So there are a couple of pictures from our very first live science club. So we use a lot of drama-based approaches, and we use music, we use stories, so that it's really playful and something that small children that is normal for small children, but they honestly do real science there, although it is in a form of play. And where are we now? We have now started our live science clubs. Those are our development laboratories. We all the time develop new activities. We test them until we know that these are like perfect. And now we are finalizing our first prototype about the application, where all those activities we have been doing for 3 years will be transported. And I would love to show you one of our activity videos as an example.
tutkimuksia. Esteri keksi, että sooda ja etikka voisivat yhdessä jotenkin muodostaa kaasua. Tutustutaan ensin näihin aineisiin. Laita ensin soodaa, vaikkapa lautaselle. Noin. Ja tee havaintoja. Miltä aine näyttää? Entä jos kokeilet sitä sortilla? Miltä se tuntuu? Tuoksuuko aine joltain? Millaista ääntä kuuluu? Muista, että tutkimuksissa ei kannata alkaa maistelemaan, ellei saa siihen erikoislupaa. Okei. Sitten siirrytään etikkaan. Laita etikkaa vaikkapa tällaiseen hilttipurkkiin. Noin. Ja tee havaintoja. Miltä tämä aine näyttää? Ja jos heilutat purkkia varovasti ja havaitset. Tätä ainetta kannattaa haistaa aika varovasti, koska se... No, mitä havaitset? Hyvä. Nyt olet havainnoinut molemmat aineet. Ja seuraavaksi tutkitaan, mitä tapahtuu, kun näitä aineita sekoittaa toisiinsa. Ota uusi pilttipurkki ja mittaa siihen 2 ruokalusikallista soodaa. Sitten mittaa siihen perään 2 ruokalusikallista etikkaa. Mitä havaitset? Auta Esteriä pyytää Kelviniä. Ota kuva tutkimuksestasi ja lähetä se meille sähköpostilla. Selvitä, miten kaveruksille käy jatkamalla tarinaa.
Okay, this is something that we have done just ourselves to test how this kind of concept will work with families. And before that video, there has been a science story read for the children that sets the motivation for children to do that activity was described there. And so, what we are going to do next? Our live science clubs are running. They are very popular. We get new activities from there. We are testing our proto in Heureka in week 8. So then we know much more about what should be our direction. We are also having conversations with media producers to have good co-working around this topic. And our application will be launched hopefully in autumn, and then we follow with language versions, English and Swedish, very quickly. And then the whole world waits for the conqueror. Thank you.
Any questions? Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, have you done any investigation around tying up with preschools to sort of harmonise what happens in the club and what's talked about in preschool?
Yes, the question was about have we checked what happens in preschools. Yes, of course. But what happens in preschools right now in the sense of science, they do a lot of project works that is related to some phenomena. It could be water, but it is looked much more from the viewpoint of where we use it and some very much bigger phenomena, and we want to deepen that. We want the children learn so-called science process skills, how to make observations, how to infer, the basic skills that you need in every single field of science. So we want to bring something more there. And everything we do here is of course straight usable in preschools and kindergartens too. And in fact, we hope that we could offer this for free for kindergartens and preschools to have this social impact.
Who validates your curriculum?
The question was who evaluates our curriculum. Yes. Our curriculum is based on phenomena-based learning, and it means that I've been researching about what children are interested in. And if we look at small children's science education, it is not important to teach content knowledge, but it's important to teach those science process skills. And learning of science process skills it's not dependent on what is the content you learn it through. So we want to improve children's interest towards science. So we use those phenomena we know that children are interested in, and we build our curriculum on that.
Isn't that risky though? Because the child can learn something and take it a little too far and do something naughty with what you're teaching them. You have a legal problem.
Hopefully not. or maybe we want that those will someday be the ones who took it so far that they invent a cancer medicine or solve the climate change. Yes, I know. As I told, I'm also a parent, and my children do a lot of these kind of activities at home. And really, sometimes I feel like, just don't do that, please. But then that small, tiny researcher voice says from my head that it's okay. He learns. Don't restrict him. This is all safety. There is nothing dangerous in that.
Final question before we go to dinner?
What has been the most popular historically task for the kids?
You asked about most interesting science topic. They are very interested in everything, but we recently developed an activity where we build a space rocket, and that space rocket is flown up with the power of producing the gas from soda and vinegar. That was quite great, and they learned a lot about chemical reactions and physics.
Cool.
Thank you.
So